and welcome to Grace and Lottie's. Elizabeth here, going to do a Crayola review. It's been a while since I've looked at some Crayola products, so I've picked these up this week. They are the 100 different colors of colored pencils, so I picked them up at a store. I found out afterwards that you can order a bigger set. You know, they have 140 online that you can get, but this is the one they had at the store that I got them at, which was Target. But I thought, hey, this would be fun to look at and see what these are like. Now, they do have a color swatch on the back showing me all the colors, and these are 100 different colors. It's not just like 250s, that kind of thing to make it. I was looking at the box. I'm a little bit bummed. Now, let me show you my marker box. How's the fun open? Like the, you know, you can see it. It can talk to you. It can do things. It's like the old crayon box. And I was kind of hoping that this one would have it. And then I looked the other day. I was like, oh, no, it doesn't. But it does have tabs, because doesn't everybody like trying to deal with tabs? But once you open it up, you can look in here. And they are divided into two little shelves. Right there, following what I guess is, no, I don't think that even follows this, because there's black there. So I guess we're starting like with this one here. It's kind of weird. We're gonna be figuring this out. I'm gonna be swatching these in a few minutes here. I have some sheets ready to go for the swatch right here. I've got it so I can do it on brown and on white so that we can see how well it colors. So that's the big thing we need to look at. Like, we need to know how these things work, not just how they sit in the package. So let me get to work on that swatch. Okay, before I get started, I was noticing we've got some weird little tear outs here for these. So let's see if maybe this will make it a little more worthwhile. Not tearing nicely at all. Okay, so now we've got that. So I guess it helps us see on this side a little bit better. And then we've got this side that has another tear out. I was curious what this would do. I thought maybe it would make it to where I could see the names, but it doesn't really help me see the names anymore. So no idea exactly why it has these tear outs here. We'll see if it helps in function, but kind of interesting. Okay, the swatch sheets are finished. Did one on both white and a toned tan paper, so that way, you know, always as normal, I get a mark on it. But just so that you can see the difference, because especially like with unmellow yellow and some of the paler ones, it's hard to see. And I also wanted to see how opaque they were, so getting it on the white helps see that just a little bit. But one thing we haven't tested blendability yet. So we're gonna flip this over. We're gonna work a little bit on blendability back here. Now, why am I doing this on top tan? Because I wanna work with white blending. This kind of helps us see it just a little bit better. We may work on this side too, just to see it. Now let's just pick a color. Now, one of the ones that I was kind of surprised, let's see here, what would blend well? The oranges came out, like every time I did the orange, it was like, woo, that's really orange. I want to blend, we need to get a darker color because I think that'll help us see it. Let's do, I say we go with, oh, let's do a good green. We'll do tropical rainforest. We'll see what we can do with that one, because I think we've got a couple of choices in that one. Now I gotta find tropical rainforest. Now, I learned that opening these the way I did, bad choice. I've got teal. It's the one right before it. Uh-oh, aqua green. They got messed up. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. This way. Right here. Okay. Now we got rainforest green. So we're going to take it. We're going to just layer down right here. Then we'll grab the white first. Let's see how this. Okay, not feeling like it's blending a whole lot. Let's try a different color going into this to kind of see what we can blend from and to. We'll do a, now these are going to be next to each other, so it's not a huge color transition. On the toe tan, that's not very exciting. Let's do this on the white. I think we'll see this a lot more on the white. Okay, got some schmutz there. Again, not a huge transition there. We'll go see into aqua here. So there is some blending. I don't feel like they're integrating as much as some do. But now that we've got our color swatches, hold on, try to get these back too, put away where they belong. I also printed up some Crayola color sheets. So now we've got our color swatches. Let's see how these things actually color. I think this might give us a little more insight into these. I'm going to be using my Gamsol, my blender pencils. We're going to give it the full works on this, so we'll see how well it does. So I picked pumpkins because it's fall, and I felt like doing something from fall. I thought it sounded like fun, plus the oranges just really, really pop on these. And I'm wanting to try the blending actually on something. It's one thing to do a swatch. I mean, you can kind of see it does a little bit, but once I get it in here, we lay down a couple of layers. You know, it's again, you would always come back in and kind of give it a little more right there. And you can kind of see it's getting in there pretty well. And this is good paper. We're using good paper on this. I just decided to give them their best chance possible. So this is actually Canson XL and then some recycled tone tan paper that I had in my stash that I like. I use it when I'm creating art on tone tan that like I actually display and things like that. So not just, you know, play paper. The Canson XL tends to be my play paper. I use it for a lot of things. It's just kind of a good all around to have. Plus, it goes through my printer, so it keeps my life easy. So let's jump into these. Well, it's been way over a month since I started this because I got a little carried away making sure that I was testing these well. So you see my Crayola pencils here. I did this one. I also then did this one. Now the difference here is that this one's done with 100 pencils. This one's done with 24. So I used my Progressos that I like from Koh I Noor on that. And I wanted to kind of show the difference. You can see that for the most part, they're very comparable in the way that they lay down. Now, some of the colors are a little bit different. I was able to get the greens that I wanted. This one was a little lacking in the limey shades of green. So I was happy at the way this goes, as well as getting it deep without it going too blue was a little tough because I wanted it more like this. And so this one I was able to do the different shades, including the sage, which was kind of cool to do because I combined this one, and that one with a little bit of this. It was fun to layer in the colors there and figure it out. Now, it takes a little bit of mental gymnastics to work with only 24 colors to get a nice wide variety, but I was able to do it. And so if you don't want to do mental gymnastics, these are great because you have a lot to choose from. If you're feeling a little more confident in your ability to mix and blend colors, then this, I would recommend the Progressos over the Crayolas, just because I think they lay down a little bit better and the feel is it doesn't use as much hand pressure to get the color in. I mean, I was layer on this one. This one didn't take as many layers, took half the time. It was one of those, it's like, okay, when you weigh it out, this is great here, but this is one set. What you see is what you get color-wise for the most part on it. So it's pretty simple, straightforward. And I think if you're beginning, it's a better choice for you. Now, going to the brown paper, here is the Crayola on brown. Now, I didn't do the whole thing. I only did a couple of areas so it could kind of show what it would do because I wanted to test these lighters. Now you can see the lime here. I worked it a little differently. Still didn't get there. This camera is making it look really washed out. Here is Prismacolors. Now I decided to do Prismacolors because I love the way Prismacolors work on toned paper. I think that they just lay down beautifully. So did it with the Prismacolors here. You can see a little bit of the difference, how I was able to get the white. Even if you compare it to the white, you can see the difference on top, going back and adding in white. That's the reason why I was able to get this definition here, whereas this one turned out really muddy on the thing. And I did put that there so you can see the process for this area in the Crayolas, just how that all kind of laid out right there. I enjoyed getting to do this. I loved adding in the little bit of green on the brown stem. I started that here, and I took it a little more green when I was working with the Prismacolor, just because I really liked that green-brown stem. So it was kind of fun to work with there. But the big difference is you can see the different tones here that I was able to kind of get as we went out. I was able to get this a little more vivid in the middle. These colors are very, very similar in working. This is the maroon from the Crayola. But just getting that gradient, it's the same number of, I think this is actually fewer pencils going out than what I used over here because I used the maroon, the mauve, the mauvelous, almond, and white, trying to get this to all come out like this one did. But still, it's just kept going back in, trying to get those deeper, deeper, deeper. And I even added, I did. I added a little bit of purple, even trying to get just a little bit darker. And I just couldn't get those really nice deep shades in there, even though if you look on the pencil, they look like they would be pretty much the same. I was a little bit surprised here because you can see the white. I mean, I was able to get a pretty strong white with it in comparison. The browns were a little finicky. I knew that from doing it originally, so I didn't go in and get too fussy with it, trying to get that brown ultra saturated in there, just because I knew from doing this one what I was going to get. So I just was okay, we'll leave that there and not fight it too much. Again, this was taking way longer than I thought. So my overall things, and I'll pull over here my beautiful, I love swatch sheets. So here are the swatches, so you can see the colors again, all of them in all of their beautiful glory. I think for a set and for the price that these work out really well as a good choice to start with, especially if you're not used to blending colors to create others. Now, if you have a little bit or are wanting to learn, I would recommend the 24 from Koh I Noor Progressos right there. I think you'll be able to do a lot more now. You have to be careful with them because they will break. So learning how to use them takes a little bit, but I think you'll be happy with what you get from it because it'll take you less time, if that makes sense. You'll be able to get deeper color in faster This you just have to be prepared for layer after layer after layer. And those last layers, you've got a sharp pencil that you're really trying to just kind of push that pigment in there as much as you can, getting it. But if you want simple pencils, straightforward, just want to get coloring, just want to get doing things with them, these are a great set. You're going to be happy with it. I did learn that working with the box was a little bit difficult just because, again, the mistake I said, oh, I just tore it too. Just the way these work in here, even trying to work with them in here, they like to slip around inside of the box while you're trying to work. So keeping them in order is well. So I would recommend if you get them, get another container to store them in, and they will be even more easy to use. And there's a lot of cases that are out there. I'll put one down in the link just in case you don't want to go hunting around. You can just get one off of Amazon and that kind of thing. Now those are affiliate links, so know that you're helping support the channel when you use those links. I will also be putting a link to my swatch sheets down below as well. I have fixed my little typo for those of you who noticed it in the intro that it says crayons. Thank you, autocorrect. It said Crayola when I set it up. So this will be there so that if you want these as well, because you want to get these pencils, I'll have links down below so that you can get these, you can enjoy them. I enjoy my coloring swatches. So, and I couldn't find one out there ready to go. So this would be nice to let you guys have this. Matches up with these as well. So Ultimate, as I said before, I say that they're okay. They're not my favorite pencils in the world, but they do work. And if you're starting out, they will work for you and what you're trying to do. So that being said, that is it for this review. I will be doing some more pencil reviews after the holidays. So it'll be coming up in a little while. I've got some Mondo Llamas and some metallics, and I've got their Colors of the World, their skin tone pencils as well from Crayola, because I want to test those out. So I have some fun things coming up with that. We're going to be doing a giant thing. It's going to take up my entire desk. It's like, it's almost 3 feet by 2 feet. It's just shy. So looking forward to getting to do that and all of this fun that is going to be coming up. So make sure that you have subscribed. You've clicked that notification bell so you can see when things are going up, as well as we're going to be doing some stuff for Christmas. So looking forward to getting to do that as well. And if you want to see a video of exactly the how-to behind this guy, make sure you leave that down in the comments below, and maybe I might be able to get a step-by-step video out where it'll actually be like time-lapse, but with the color names and everything so that you can color along. So let me know if you want that. I can get that together. I'm only going to put the work in if it's actually wanted. So that's where that's going to be. So you have to leave that comment down below. Anyway, that is it for today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, happy coloring. Bye.